It follows the US decision to ban Russian oil and gas imports.
On the eastern seaboard, that funding is going to be more important than ever. We know that councils have a significant task now to rebuild the road network that has been so severely damaged by the flooding. They have already called for government support in that role, and that is going to be something that both the federal and state governments are going to have to step up and contribute towards. So while it would appear a natural step to cut the tax on fuel based on these record high prices, unfortunately, that's not how the excise works. Had we halved the excise 2 weeks ago, that 20 cent plus reduction would have already have been eaten up by the increases that we've seen in the Bowser and will continue to see in the coming weeks.
Anything else you'd like to add? No. Okay, thanks. Impact of Russia? Sorry, I was just wondering if there's anything that you want to add on the impact of Russia or Ukraine?
Yeah, so as we've seen now with the United States slapping the ban on Russian gas and oil imports into the United States, it has had an immediate effect at the Bowser, with all world oil prices. It won't affect supply in Australia, and I think it's important that Australians understand that. Australia doesn't import its oil from Russia. We import our oil from, overwhelmingly, it comes from Asian countries, and also we import some from the Arab world and also Africa. The impact, of course, is going to be at the barrel price because Russia is such a major contributor, the world's second largest exporter of oil, a major supplier of oil to China, major supplier of oil to Europe. And while these sanctions are specific to the United States, it was always inevitable that it would push the price of oil up. And unfortunately, that's what we have seen overnight. And because it is traded globally, Australians inevitably will be impacted, even though our fuel doesn't come from Russia. But when you've got the world's second largest exporter declare war on another country, it has inevitably led to sanctions, and those sanctions are going to push the price up. There is very little the Australian government can do in that respect. We do not control the factors that determine whether oil prices globally go up or down. We didn't do it before COVID. We didn't do it throughout COVID. We don't have that capacity to do it now. Unfortunately, it was always inevitable that these prices would spike again off the back of the increases that we'd already seen in 2021 based on Russia's declaration and invasion of Ukraine.
We'll leave that there. So stressing that our supply doesn't come from Russia, but all this stuff is global. So prices at the very least are likely to be affected. We're talking about already seeing across the country north of $2, $2.20 in Adelaide, $2.10 in other parts. So it's getting expensive.